Well, since Governor Romney added Congressman Paul Ryan to the presidential ticket on Saturday, we have heard a growing number of comparisons between Mr. Ryan and former President Ronald Reagan. The congressman's conservative ideas, his optimism, even his language have been compared to that of the former president. Take a listen here, and you may be able to discern why.
Mr. President, do you recall at all the fact that Attorney General Meese at one point had indicated that it would be better for the United States to be shipping these weapons directly rather than having Israeli ship weapons and then being replenished by the United States? Does that ring any bells with you at all, Mr. President?
No, I don't recall that that coming up at all. And as a matter of fact, to this day, I don't know.
Do you recall, Mr. President, then that Admiral Poindexter on that same morning, Friday, November 21st, that he himself met with members of the House Intelligence Committee and members of the Senate Intelligence Committee over in the White House? Do you recall discussing that with with Admiral Poindexter?
No, but I have to point out that this continued saying of "I don't recall," that so many meetings, and I've been told by statisticians that my average of meeting with people was about 80 a day for 8 years, that I don't recall these meetings, and not because they weren't important, and I'm sure that I dealt with things at the time, but I just don't recall.
Let me go to Joe in Stoughton. Joe, welcome. You're next on Nightside. I want to get you in here quickly to say hello to Congressman Paul Ryan.
Yes, Congressman, I too am driving, so quickly want to ask, and I'm in a bad cell. I assume you voted against the stimulus, and I'm just curious if you accepted any monies in your district.
No, I'm not one who votes for something and then writes to the government to ask them to send us money. I did not request any stimulus money.
Okay, good question, good answer. Thank you, Joe. Let's go to Brian in the car. Hi, Brian, how are you?
Mr. President, may I also refer you just to the top of the second page of that document. It will reflect, you cannot mention this, but it will reflect for your eyes and ears who the particular individual was at that country. And ask if that further refreshes your recollection.
No, well, I know this man, of course, very well, and met with him a number of times in his own country. I don't recall, and I don't really know whether such briefings were given to others like the Secretary of State or not, who are going to be meeting with these people. I don't recall seeing this, and as I know that my policy was not to involve others in this. I mean, I wanted them involved, but I didn't want to be on record as doing it.
Only to 9 News, Paul Ryan has denied asking for stimulus money from the Obama administration, despite an Associated Press report that the congressman sent multiple letters to cabinet officials asking for money for Wisconsin energy projects. Of course, you were also very outspoken against the stimulus, the Obama stimulus plan. A report came out again today in the AP. It was a repeat of that Wall Street Journal article from a couple of years ago, where you had asked for stimulus money for your district. Is that accurate?
No,
Is that report accurate?
I never asked for stimulus. I don't recall that. I haven't seen this report, so I really can't comment on it. I oppose the stimulus because it doesn't work. It didn't work. It brought us deeper into debt. It was about $1.1 trillion when you add the borrowing costs. It put us deeper in debt and further out of work.
And we did send the Romney-Ryan campaign a copy of that Associated Press report, quoting from the letters Ryan allegedly sent to cabinet members of the Obama administration asking for millions in stimulus money for Wisconsin companies. We have not yet heard back from the campaign. The entire interview, meanwhile, is posted on WCPO.com, and you will hear all of Ryan's answers to our questions at 9 News at 6.
You hit a reset button for the fall campaign. Everything changes. It's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch. You can kind of shake it up and we start all over again.
I'm actually going to, I'm not familiar precisely with exactly what I said, but I stand by what I said, whatever it was.
That's what a Romney presidency will be like. I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.